Hey, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Animus. And today we are going to be reviewing the waterfall spray booth from ViggoStar, the Master Mini. Now, I want to make sure that I give them a huge shout out for sending this out for the channel for review, so that way we can go ahead and take a look at it here on the channel and then see what it looks like. Now, I have been very excited to receive this because I have been, looking at them online, seeing how they look like, and they reached out to the channel so we can go ahead and review it for them. Now, I want to talk about how this booth was packaged. Now, this is probably the most secure package I've ever received from either a sponsor or videos or anything that I've ordered myself for the channel, seeing as the package arrived in perfect, immaculate condition when it was shipped to us here at the channel. So they came extremely well packaged. I had zero complaints out of it. Everything was super accessible and it was secure, which is what I always want. Now, based on shipment, this does come from overseas, so it does take a little bit of time for you to receive your booth. However, it is completely worth the wait. Now, other thing I want to mention is that this booth brings everything inside the box for you to be able to plug and play. It brings a hose. It also brings an adapter for you to be able to plug in the actual booth to the wall. Seeing as the adapter is for US users for the booth as well, and I'm very glad that they actually included it in the box with the booth, because that way we don't have to actually outsource one to use it here in the US. The booth also comes with additional parts like a handle. It comes with additional leg stubs, so that way you can put those in the actual tray that pulls forward. It does have a removable extractor, which means that you'll be able to go ahead and clean that fan as much as you like. And I'm super excited to use this feature, which is the touch feature sensor feature, seeing as it's not only touch, but it's also motion censored. Now that it's finally set up, it's time to get started. Now, one of the features that I wanted to mention about this booth is not only it has these little acrylic windows that it will also hold any overspray or anything like that inside the general area where you are spraying, but this thing has a standby mode. Now, as you guys know, I've been using the Kaizo one for a while, but the main thing that it didn't have was a standby mode, which means that every time, let's say you experience any type of power outage or anything like that, then at that point you would just if the power comes back, if you have that plugged into like a surge protector, the fan and pump will automatically turn on that. So I'm very grateful that this booth itself has a standby sensor for you to be able to use it however you need to. Now, the best feature about this booth is that it has a sensor. So these motion sensors can be used to turn on, turn off the actual booth itself. It's used to change the fans, and it's used to adjust the fan speeds and turn it off and on. Now, to turn the actual pump on, you do have to press the button at the top for the pump. Now, this thing has a retractable pump, which means that once you turn off the spray booth, the pump actually pulls out of the water and drains itself into the tray, so you don't have to worry about those deposits staying in the pump itself. And look at this thing. This thing just looks amazing. As far as performance goes, it is super low on sound. So, and I know this from experience from the Kaizo, when you turn on that thing, it is just so loud. And I'm always wearing headphones while I'm recording or painting, so that way it can muffle the sound. But as far as extraction goes, this thing is powerful, very silent. And I didn't have any issues with it while I was experiencing, the booth or using it and spraying other parts. I did do some test sprays, as you can see here, with some of the paints that I use, which is lacquer based. I experienced zero fogging and zero fumes and zero excess dusting whenever I was using this booth. Seeing as the waterfall itself, it's meant to be able to take in all that excess and overspray, and it did beautifully. I had no issues with that. As far as smells go, for those of us that paint with lacquer, there were zero smells or little to no smells with this spray booth whatsoever, seeing as not only you have the waterfall that takes all that overspray into the tray, but you also have that powerful vacuum behind that waterfall that also extracts any fumes or anything that might be harmful to the air. Now, as far as features for the actual booth itself, for the tray and everything like that, so the tray does pull out, so you can go ahead and refill it, clean it however you want. The waterfall itself is very easy to clean, seeing as it is a metal, stainless steel metal sheet, so that way you guys don't have to struggle trying to scrape paint off or anything like that. As far as the cleaning the waterfall itself for the indents, they do include a tool that you can just put in there so you can clean it without any issues. And as far as the fan goes, the fan is very easily to remove with a couple of screws. You go ahead and pull it out, clean it to the best of your capability, and it also opens up the space so you can go ahead and clean it on the inside. And then now once the spray booth is done, all you got to do is turn it off and then let it dry. I usually wipe things down, but seeing as I didn't have to spray anything heavy, then it wasn't that bad. So once it's done, you close that out and then go from there. Now, if you do have any questions or comments in regards to this booth, just go ahead and drop them in the comment section. I'll go ahead and reply with the best of my capabilities to answers that I can. I will leave a link in the description for this booth if you are interested in getting your own spray booth from ViggoStar. And if you use my code, which is going to be listed in the description as well, you'll be able to get a discount on it. Seeing as they sent this out for a review, I want to give you a huge shout out to ViggoStar for actually collaborating with us, and this is hopefully the first of many collaborations with them here on the channel. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.